Welcome back to Circus and Circuit, Unraveling Global Trade podcast. I'm your host, Kate Faronda, and as I'm back from a long and lovely 4th of July weekend, hope you too, I'm ready to continue our exploration of global trade in the context of today's realities. And reality is the middle of the year, the middle of the summer, and it's almost the middle of the hottest months. So it's a time for all those mid-off summaries. But I will leave that for the next episode because today I would like to talk about something that some will call time killers, others will call money movers. Social media platforms that all we use in one way or another. And sorry for taking your attention away from Instagram Reels. I promise not to bore you too much, and I wish you find this topic and these facts interesting and useful. Social media has transformed everything from how we connect to how we consume. But in the last few years, it also became a major force in how products move across borders. I'm talking about social commerce. In a world where TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are not longer just platforms for entertaining, but a full-scale global marketplaces. Have you ever seen a product go viral and instantly sell out? And not just in one country, but in 10. That is the power of influence-driven trade. From Chinese beauty tools reaching shoppers in Brazil to American supplement trending in Indonesia, social media today is breaking down old trade routes and rewriting the rules of global commerce. So in this episode, I will look at how social media platforms are becoming the new global storefronts, why influencers are the new supply chain accelerators, and finally, what risks, challenges, and opportunities this creates for international trade professionals. Let's begin by understanding how this shift started and where it's going next. The term social commerce might sound like a buzzword, but behind it's a multi-billion-dollar machine. According to Accenture in 2024, global social commerce sales hit an estimated $1.3 trillion. And by 2028, which means just in 3 years, that figure is expected to nearly double. This growth isn't just being led by traditional e-commerce giants like Amazon or Alibaba. Instead, platforms like TikTok Shop, Instagram Checkout, or Facebook Marketplace are driving massive consumers' engagement, especially in emerging markets. Let's take TikTok as an example. What began as a dancing and lip-sync app, and later it has developed into one of the most powerful commerce platforms in the world. It's trending today. In South Asia, TikTok Shop is already dominating online shopping behavior. Products that featured by popular influencers can sell tens of thousands of units within hours. The app integrates short-form videos with one-click purchasing, and this allows creators to pitch products in a casual, relatable way and for users to buy those products in real time. And meanwhile, Western brands are leveraging Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts to create what I call micro moments of commerce. They're little pieces of content that can trigger global demand. For statistics in the USA, 71% of Generation Z shoppers says they prefer discovering products on social media over traditional websites. So it looks like today no one really shops on companies' websites. And this is where trade comes in. When a skincare brand in Korea uses TikTok to market to US consumers, they are skipping traditional distributors. DTC, direct to consumer, becomes DTCB, direct to consumer across border. It's not just marketing that is globalized, it's fulfillment, it's customs and logistics too. Now, let's talk about influencers. They are no longer just content creators. They are demand generators, culture translators, and sometimes even logistics partners. Does it sound dramatic to you? If so, let me explain. Imagine a beauty influencer in the Philippines recommending a product from a small Canadian skincare brand. That mention could create a spike in demand across whole Asia. And if the brand isn't ready with cross-border shipping and custom compliance, they just lost a massive opportunity. Influencers, especially micro-influencers, are creating localized trust in global markets. Remember, from global to local. A creator in Colombia, as an example, might have only 10,000 followers. But if 40% of those followers click buy now, that is more powerful than a billboard in Manhattan. And what is fascinating is how this changes the shape of the supply chain. Traditional global trade worked like this: producers, distributor, retailer, customer. But what we can see now, it's brand, influencer, platform, customer. And why? Because it's faster, it's flatter, it's more straightforward, but also it's fragile. A single negative review from a popular influencer can sink a product overnight. And when demand spikes from a viral video, supply chains need to respond instantly, which often means working with 3PLs, which means third-party logistic providers, warehouse servicing, or fulfillment by Amazon, and even using cross-border payment platforms like Stripe, for example. Some influencers even become part of the trade network, and they act as resellers, distributors, or brand partners in new markets. In China, influencer-led live commerce and it generates over $150 billion in sales annually. While the speed of social commerce is exciting, it doesn't come without friction. Governments and regulators are racing to catch up too. One major challenge is compliance. Many small businesses entering international markets through social media don't fully understand customs documentation, product labeling requirements, or consumers' protection laws. For instance, the European Union requires strict disclosure on influencer partnership and product origin labels. The US FTC is also cracking down on undisclosed sponsorships. In China, influencer taxation rules have changed dramatically and forced many creators to restructure their business models. Then there is the issue of intellectual property, IP. Counterfeit goods thrive in the gray space of social platforms. A viral handbag that looks like a luxury brand but costs $25, for example. And we spoke about this in previous episode. There's often an intellectual property violation that's waiting to happen. And when these products cross borders, it triggers red flags at customs. Some countries are also introducing digital trade tariffs. Indonesia, for example, temporarily banned TikTok Shop in 2023 due to competition concerns with local marketplaces. The rules for what constitute imported digital trade is like a new term, are developing, and traders must stay alert. And yet, despite all these difficulties, many brands are figuring it out. They are using e-commerce compliance services like Alavara Digital HS code classification tool and even AI-driven custom preparation to reduce frictions. So what we can conclude here? What is the bottom line? And bottom line is that social commerce might feel informal, but if you are selling across borders, it's a formal trade. And this trade needs structure, compliance, and foresight. What does this all mean for global traders, import-export professionals, and entrepreneurs? It means opportunity, but only if you move fast and smart. Let me break it down. For traditional exporters, partnering with influencers can be cost-effective entry into new markets. Instead of expensive distributors deals, considering affiliate arrangement or regional brand ambassador agreements, influencers can create market pools and you can create supply push. For freight forwarders, custom brokers, 3PLs, this is a new client base. Thousands of small brands suddenly need global logistics services they didn't consider before. Packaging rules, return policies, shipping cost optimizations, all of these are high-demand services in the age of influencer commerce, which means today. For regulators, this is an urgent need to modernize trade policy. Can we rethink trade facilitation to accommodate micro-exporters? Should these be fact-track lanes for certified social commerce shipment, for example, or maybe something else? And of course, these conversations are already happening at World Trade Organization and in trade agencies worldwide. And for you, for listener, whether you are seller, buyer, policymaker, or professional in this space, here is a takeaway. The future of trade isn't just ships, planes, or cargonauts. It's also smartphones, hashtags, and viral trends. So you have to use it if you're in this field. A lipstick sold on TikTok might trigger a customs entry in Lagos. A DIU tool on YouTube shop could drive new export volumes in Poland. And global trade have never been more human and never more digital as today. Thanks for tuning into Circus and Circuit Unraveling Global Trade podcast. I'm your host, Kate Faronda, and I hope today's episode gave you a glimpse into the fast-moving world where TikTok meets trade policy. The rise of social commerce is more than a trend. It's transformation, and it's what invites everyone into the global economy, from Generation Z creators in Nigeria to solopreneurs in Texas. And until then, keep watching the markets and maybe your feet too, because in today's day, in today's reality, the next big trend might come from your For You page. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn or visit my website faronda.us. And remember, better is coming.